Motorcycle insurance. Dun, 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 dun. What's up, everyone? It's Alex. It was brought to my attention recently that in some of the videos I've done about like younger people and riding motorcycles and getting into motorcycles and some of the reasons why and reasons why not people are deciding to ride motorcycles at younger ages like they used to now, I haven't covered the insurance aspect of it. What an idiot. Okay. So, motorcycle insurance, if you are a younger person, like in the US, and I can't speak for all countries, but in the US, if you're under 25 and you're trying to get insurance on a motorcycle, it can suck, okay? There's no two ways around it. It just sucks. If you're the kind of person that wants to ride a sport bike, especially a super sport, and you're in the US and you're under 25, your insurance is going to be kind of freaking expensive. Now, if you are lucky enough, you can, if you're a real young person, you can try to get on your parents' insurance. And if you're insured under your parents on a motorcycle, it should be considerably cheaper. But if you're not, here's a couple of tips for you, okay? If you're struggling, you want to ride a motorcycle, you're younger, you keep getting insurance quotes, and it's just freaking astronomical. There's a couple things you can do to make that a little bit better. Understand, in the US I'm talking about, if you're under 25 and you want to ride a motorcycle, your insurance is just going to be a little bit high. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to be. I've got a couple of ideas for you. Here we go. So, if you're in the US, you're under 25, you want a motorcycle, the insurance thing is just freaking killing you. Couple things to know. One, the insurance is way worse on anything that is categorized as a super sport. So, if you're a young person, you want a motorcycle, insurance sucks, and you're looking at stuff like this, and that, and these, you might need to stick it out on a less performance motorcycle for a couple of years until you can hit that magical 25 or whatever and get your cheaper insurance, okay? You might have to just re-gear your thinking a little bit and change around to something more like this. Still in the sport category, but it's not a super sport, so the insurance is a lot better on something like this FZ7 or like MT-07, you know, the other name for it. Anything like your dual sports, your insurance is going to be a lot better than it is on a super sport. And any of the smaller sport bikes, your 250s and 300s, all of those are going to have considerably cheaper insurance. My first motorcycle was a Ninja 250. I was 21 years old, and I afforded my own insurance because it really wasn't that bad. Now, my buddy that bought a GSXR 600 at the same time, his insurance was like $250, $260 a month, and it was absolutely murdering him because he insisted on having a GSXR 600, okay? If you're in love with that kind of bike, but insurance is killing you, you might need to ride something a little bit less sporty for a little while and just have some fun until your insurance goes down, okay? That's just all there is to it. On your cruisers, insurance is not as bad, but if you're looking at a cruiser and you're a young person or you're looking at classic bikes and everything, it really shouldn't be that bad. If it's really bad on the bike you're looking at, try looking at something with maybe a little bit less motor to it, because the insurance companies do charge less on cruisers for smaller CC motors or smaller motors. Like I said, the only other thing you can really do if the insurance is just way too bad on the bike you're looking at and you don't want to compromise on maybe a smaller bike, see if you can finagle or see if you can work out getting on insurance with your parents and getting a little bit of a break that way. You could also, if the insurance payment's going to absolutely murder you, you could also just really look for as cheap of a used motorcycle as you can get your hands on to pay cash for. That way you're not saddled with, you know, a bike payment and an insurance payment if you just can't afford that. If you can easily afford that and that's what you want to do, awesome. If you can't easily afford that, maybe just look for a really cheap used bike to ride for a while so you can afford the insurance, and then when you get your insurance break, then get the bike you want. There's a lot of little ways around it. I don't want people to be defeated by insurance, okay? Like, riding is such an incredible thing, has been such a huge positive impact on my life that I found a way to make it happen, and what I had to do was ride a little bit smaller bikes for a couple of years. I had an awesome time. I learned a lot. I learned a lot safer because I was on smaller bikes. And then when the insurance went down, I started getting bigger bikes, okay? It's not the end of the world. This is a hurdle you can overcome. If you want to ride and you're a young person and the insurance is going to freaking murder you, just look at some different bikes and look at different ways to get around it so you can ride for a few years, get those skills under your belt, and have an awesome time. And then when your insurance goes down, sky's the limit. You can get whatever you want. I want all of you guys to have as much fun and have as much of a positive experience in your lives that motorcycles have provided me. I mean, they are such a freaking awesome, life-changing, freeing thing, and there's so much feeling of family and community surrounding them that I think some people miss out on just because of the barrier of what insurance costs, okay? Don't let it get you down, all right? Find ways around the insurance thing. Have insurance. I'm not telling you not to have insurance. Have insurance. But find ways to get the insurance cheap enough where you can afford it and still ride until your insurance costs go down and you can have whatever you want, okay? Hope that was helpful. Put questions in the comments below. I answer them as fast as I possibly can. You guys have been awesome about having discussions back and forth lately with the community. It's what we're trying to do. We want to have a community. That's what I'm trying to build here. So put your questions in the comments below. Peace.